welcome to another live stream of Sims 3 Pets, my 100% series. As we get things started here, I should do a kind of a very important announcement to make. I actually finished the first round of revisions for my book. And I think that maybe in another month I'll finish the second round of revisions, and I will also be looking to find a professional line editor to fix mistakes that I missed. And I just want to go ahead and state some things to just try to make clear about my book, because I talk about it a lot, but I don't really kind of talk about what type of content you can expect from it. I mentioned in the past my novel series kind of focuses on the conflict of heaven and hell, but it actually does a little bit more than that. It essentially it's a story commentating about the concept of morals. It's a story commentating about the concept of morality. Even though it focuses on angels and demons, I'm trying to make one of the points I'm trying to make is that in every conflict and every war, there's good and bad people on both sides. And I'm trying to illustrate that just because someone is labeled as a demon doesn't mean they're necessarily a bad guy. And that's what I'm trying to illustrate with my own writing. And I have antagonists in my story that some of them are dedicated antagonists, evil from beginning to end. And then I have some antagonists, and it's true, we're gonna make this true for all my stories. There's gonna be some antagonists that are kind of morally gray, who may appear evil just starting out, but as just want to scold this. Stop. As my character, as the story progresses, just go down here and scold him. As my story progresses, I'm actually gonna try to show that my characters are a little bit more complicated, and that maybe it's not as simple as just saying that this character is evil. Maybe there's some depth to them. And I illustrate this in two of my characters I introduce, in the Dude, just go over here, you fucking dumbass. I wanted to scold you so you can get the non-destructive trait on you. Fuck. I do this early on with two of my characters in my story, where I'm trying to build a relationship, where I'm trying to illustrate. I show them doing some pretty bad things in part 1, but then I kind of work to humanize them in parts 2 and part 3. And I think I actually did a good job. I think I made it so that they're interesting enough where it's kind of clear to the reader that they're not as bad as they first portrayed themselves to be. They're still they're more morally gray is what I'm trying to say. And that's what I've been trying to convey with my own story. And I do think that I am actually making some decent progress towards doing that. I think there's a few more things I need to tweak in my story. But I think as it stands right now, if I were to publish what I have right now, which is not finished yet, I think that it would do a decent enough job to show that these characters they're bad, they do have no qualms of doing questionable things, but they're not wholly evil. They're not wholly on the verge of evil. They do have their own motivations, they do have their own desires. And they're not just gonna be a dick, just be a dick. And it's essentially what I've been trying to illustrate with my own story. And one of the things why do you keep on checking yourself out? One of the things that another thing that I'm trying to do with my story is trying to interlace a certain themes that I'm trying to have like all my characters in my story. I have like a multiple perspectives, multiple points of view, and I'm trying to make it a point that every single character that I focus on uh expands on the themes in some way, and I think there may be one or two that uh I am maybe missing out on, that I may need to like tighten the things to kind of make it more clear. One of the things that I'm trying to one of the things I'm trying to illustrate is the importance of having dreams, the importance of having aspirations in life, and the other thing I'm trying to do, the other thing I'm trying, another thing I'm trying to convey is like the importance of self improvement, and there's a third thing I can't remember. But the theme of self improvement was something that actually kind of came up with relatively recently. It's kind of like an idea that I want to have consistent throughout all 13 of my books. But basically, the guiding theme behind the guiding idea behind this theme is just because just because you are skilled in a specific skill set doesn't mean that you are the best at it, and there's always something to improve about yourself. And I kind of have my main character kind of learn this lesson in my own writing. But the other thing that stop doing that, quit getting distracted. I'm trying to say there's a third theme in my book is kind of, I forget what the third theme was, but every single character in my story that is a focal character does kind of have their like the importance of family is a third theme, and every single character in my story that I focus a perspective on, I do have plans on making their I do have plans on making their characters I do kind of have plans on making their characters their story kind of like involve the themes in some way. But the only like major outlier of that, I guess a kind of like an outlier, is the character of God, who's going to be like a focal character through all my books. And his story is definitely going to be the more interesting one, as the main premise behind him is someone that was kind of forced, I guess you could say, to go along a certain path that he actually didn't initially want to go down, and he kind of had to abandon his dream early on. And for most of the first story is him just kind of dealing with the repercussions of his actions in the past before he ends up realizing what he actually wants to do. And he's gonna be like probably the most powerful character I will ever write, if I'm gonna be perfectly honest here. And I think that he will also be like a very relatable character, but I am very passionate about this story, and as I said, like I finished the first round of revisions, and I think that in another month I'll finish the second round of revisions, and then I'll be looking towards hiring a line editor to fix mistakes that I missed and also inform me of any weak points in my story before I end up looking to publish it. I have no idea the type of publishers I should look into. I actually have a couple ideas of places that would accept me. My dad actually suggested publishing my story through Disney, one of the Disney publishers, but I don't know if they will accept it because their stories is kind of more marketed towards kids. And I do kind of have profanity in my story. I have no problems with using the F-bomb. I have no problems with using any sort of slurs, any sort of offensive language if it works to benefit the story. And Disney is essentially a company more marketed towards kids, but they do kind of have some more adult stuff as well. They're kind of have a hand in like making like the MCU movies, and they have a hand in making the Star Wars movies and TV shows. Since they got the rights to the show from George Lucas. But so it's possible that they may accept me, and it may be a good idea to go for that. But I actually haven't really decided on who I'm gonna go for, and it's always possible that whenever I decide to publish, to go for a publisher, I send my manuscript and all this kind of stuff, they may not say yes. I just need to find the one publisher that agrees to publish my work, and then I can just continue to work with them to publish any future books. But I am very passionate about the story. I think that it's entirely possible that this story, this first book, may be successful, given by judging by how much my friends and family that read my story actually liked my story. I have a really itchy foot right now. I have mosquito bites all up and down my legs, and I have a couple mosquito bites on my feet. One that's on my heel, one that's on the top of my foot, on my left foot. But I was trying to say is, I think that it could have a chance of being successful, because of how much my friends and family who read my story actually liked it. But because it's my first book and people don't really know who I am, it's also entirely possible. It's also entirely possible that I actually won't essentially be as noticed from publishers, from people reading my story, and that's mainly because of the fact that I'm not well known. People don't know who I am. I haven't done anything to establish myself. I may have been streaming and talking about my work for the past 4 years at this point. Like, I started streaming in August of 2020. I may have been working on this channel and maybe advertise my work, like talking about passively for the past 4 years, but my channel is small. I don't have that many active viewers, and it's entirely possible that people watching this channel can't come for the gameplay and may not be as interested in reading books as other people would. So that's what I'm trying to, that's one of the things that I've been trying to find a balance for, and I do understand that this may be an odd platform to work towards being the publisher for. Maybe an odd platform, I should say, to be a writer for, is what I meant to say. But I'm gonna try and make this work. There are a couple of other writers that kind of use social media, like YouTube and Twitter mostly, to advertise and discuss their own work, but I don't think it's to the extent of an actual Twitch streamer advertising their own work. So I may be the first one that does this type of thing, and maybe the first one that just kind of is active with the community of sorts, is playing games and discussing my own thoughts and stories and things that I experience. But I actually can't. I have no earthly idea if this experiment essentially will even be successful in the end. Possible it may help, it's possible it won't. I just have no idea.
Vajit.
I have plenty of time to kind of figure this out, figure this whole publishing thing out, and I actually do have like parts of what will be book 2 written from my master's project at Chico State which I recently graduated last year. I got my master's degree in it, and I do kind of have parts of book 2 published. Well, it's not really published yet, but it will be soon. And when that is published, I'm actually going to take dedicate some time during the week to kind of discuss my own creative work, and I'll just be reading like the first 25 pages at a time. And I'll be analyzing my own critical works and behind the scenes ideas behind this story, what the certain ideas and stuff, and I don't know if it'll be successful. I don't know if it'll work, but that's what I'm gonna try and do. Actually, should probably check the website that Chico State publishes their stories through is actually called Scholar Works. And if you type in Chico State Scholar Works, you will find it. I just want to see if by filtering it by graduate projects, by department English, degree level masters, it's published! Holy shit, it's published! Oh my god, that's awesome! You can read the first part, really like the extract of what will be book 2 of my novel project at Scholarworks through Chico State University. If you type in Chico State Scholarworks, you'll have the top option you'll have is Merriam Library, Chico State's Merriam Library. Click that. You have 2 links on that page that says CSU Scholarworks, which is all the university campuses for California. And then you have Chico Scholarworks. You click Chico Scholarworks, filter it by graduate project, filter it by English, filter it by masters. I am at the top of the list. Dim, Fall of the Primal Order, extract. Zachary Bennett. This is insane. Oh my god, this is awesome. I'm actually a published author now. I technically was a published author before. I had a poem published in a literary magazine, according to Squib at Butte College. But this is... holy shit, this is awesome. I'm actually published. I am actually published. Holy shit. I guess I know what I'm going to be doing the next 4 weeks. And actually do something I never really do. I'm actually going to call my dad and let him know. Hey, I was streaming now and I was just talking about my master's project because it was just kind of related to something I was talking about before. And I decided to look it up. If you go to Chico State Scholar Works and you just go to that website, they actually publish my project now. Chico State Scholar Works, the top option will be Merriam Library. And you go into, click that link and you go into Chico Scholar Works. They actually publish my project now. So that's actually kind of crazy. They finally published it. So if you want to read it, you can, but it's like 100 pages. So yeah, that was my master's project. Well, I turned it in late because I missed the deadline because I couldn't like get the critical introduction in a good spot, but they actually finally published it now, so that's crazy. Huh? Yeah, I'm gonna have to check it out. Like, I'm actually gonna be going to Chico State soon, just try and like talk to the grad person in the graduate studies office, see if she would be able to do that, or she can just give me a source to someone who would be able to edit my own work. But uh, I'm not worried about that. I finished with a 3.95 GPA. It's good enough for me. And again, like it's you need to be at a higher percentage in order for you to qualify. Like so, apparently they yeah, it has to be a little bit higher. I have to go. Alright, sorry about that. Normally I don't take phone calls, but this is kind of like a unique situation. Kind of a big deal for me. Been waiting for so long for my work to be published, and it finally is. It's just crazy. It is absolutely crazy to me. I'm actually a published author now. By all definitions, I'm a published author. Not a one published in a literary magazine. It's actually through an official medium. That's freaking insane. I'm I am just kind of at a loss for words right now. It's just I've been working on this for so long. I've been trying to like get this been trying to get this done for I've been waiting for so long for them to publish it, and they finally did. That's just awesome. So I guess now that it's actually officially published, uh, what I'm actually going to do now is starting next week on Wednesday, probably from 1 p.m. to like probably for a couple hours. I'm gonna be streaming on Twitch through the just chatting thing. I'm gonna be discussing. I'm probably gonna be doing like a short little introduction, like what I will and won't, what I'm actually gonna be doing essentially. And I'm actually going to I'm actually going to I'm gonna be reading the first 25 pages at a time, and gonna be reading 25 pages at a time until I'm actually able to oh, you didn't actually catch it. I thought I caught a fish. Gonna be reading 25 pages at a time, and discussing my creative work, and just kind of discussing the behind the scenes process behind it. And I'm hoping that it will be of some help. I'm hoping it will be of some help with my to people who may or may not be interested in the field of writing. Hoping that people can find some sort of gain from hearing let me discuss and analyze my writing process and my writing and all this kind of stuff, and maybe it'll be helpful with the time, maybe it won't, but at the very least it should like make people more interested in my own writing. It's just absolutely insane. I've been waiting for so long for them to I've been waiting for so long for them to publish shit, and they actually finally did. They actually published my work. I was actually getting a little bit worried there was some sort of hiccup, some sort of reason why they were having issues publishing it. maybe there's something I forgot to set up, and honestly, I couldn't. If they send me an email, I actually couldn't log in my student email, student account, and actually assign check the emails for any sort of information from the Graduate Studies office at Chico State, because I actually they shut down my student email and I didn't have access to my student email anymore. So yeah, unfortunately, I couldn't even like check my email. Couldn't even check for a response, even if I wanted to. But they actually published it. If there's something about saying in relation to my master's project now that it's out there, wanting to, if you're wanting an introduction to the series, this series does kind of work to sort of explain the process, the world of my story, but it also kind of treats it as if you already. But it does kind of treat it as if you already had. It does kind of treat it as if you're already read like book one and you're familiar with most of the concepts. There are some points where I do kind of explain like the some sort of mechanics just as a reminder, but for the most part, I treat it as though people are already familiar with it. And I understand that may not be like a good strategy for like a first time reader, but it's a strategy that works and actually worked pretty well for my professors who reviewed it. I was having a hard time making it so that people will understand my world, and I think that the solution that I found did actually kind of work towards explaining it. But for a little bit of a behind the scenes, what you can kind of expect. As I mentioned before, my story focuses on the conflict between heaven and hell, but the angels, or the protagonists, the people of heaven, the people that combat demons are part of the Hyde Agency, the higher investigations of demonic entities. They work to their main mission is to protect humanity from the threat of demons while working in the shadows. So away from like prying eyes, they have like this advanced technology that kind of keeps their activities hidden, and they use a source of power called light, which is, and demons use a source of power called darkness. And these two power systems can be manipulated in different ways to do different things, and they are essentially limitless in what they are capable of doing. They're pretty much only limited to my imagination. So whatever I can literally just have someone do essentially a Kamehameha wave of light. And if I can just figure out a way to make it work with my established rules, then it will actually work for the setting. I do kind of have some rules for powers for how the powers work, but I use it so freely that I can probably think of like any sort of power, any sort of like crazy like power that a person can do, and I'll find some way to make it work. That's essentially what you can expect. It's a power system that is actually kind of partially inspired by Ichiro Oda's Devil Fruit system in One Piece, where the power that someone has could literally be just about anything. Someone could just have there's literally someone that has the power of a fish, who he literally has the power of a fish, but it's a mythical type fish inspired by a Japanese myth. It's a koi fish, essentially, but there's a myth in Japanese mythology, I believe, where a koi fish continues trying to swim up a waterfall, but it keeps on filling. and then he does this. I don't really know the specifics of it, but he does it so many times that the gods essentially pitied him and transformed him into a dragon. And that basis behind the story of a koi fish like turning into a dragon, which was inspired by the Magikarp line in Pokemon, uh, which is held by one of the most powerful characters in One Piece. There's one of like many examples of what you can expect from the Devil Fruit system, where it can literally be focused on anything. It can literally be a power of anything, and so long it'll work. It will make sense because it's been explained as something that you could do for the One Piece universe. Devil fruits are literally a power that could be of anything. It's just it can work. It works because it was established with the rules that they can do that. And what I've been trying to do actually with my story is trying to do like a similar thing where I'm trying to make my powers a little bit more limited, where it can literally be just about anything, like anything could essentially happen. But at the same time, I'm trying to make it so that it is like interesting enough that it will gain and keep the reader's attention, and it'll gain and keep the reader's attention, and it will still be like very as interesting what it's actually capable of as pretty much like anything else. And the main premise behind my powers of light and darkness in my story is that they're essentially like oil and water. They're both counters to each other, but one side is used by a group of people that are professionally trained, and the other is used by a group of people that essentially learned how to use it by themselves. So it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. It's a fascinating concept. It's a very fascinating concept, I think, and I think it does work. But the other thing that I am trying to do with my story is what you can expect with my with my master's project is a concept of moral ambiguity, not ambiguity, ambivalence, moral ambivalence, where a character's worldview is actually capable of changing based on another character's actions. And this kind of goes in hand in hand with the concept of morality, where I'm trying to make it so that someone who believes a certain way, who has essentially said, who believes in a certain way, is not incapable of change. They are capable of changing who they are based on the actions of another. And that's it kind of goes hand in hand with my concept of morality, where I'm trying to illustrate that just because someone is good doesn't mean they're necessarily good, and just because someone is evil doesn't mean they're entirely evil. And these kind of conflicts kind of go hand in hand, where I do kind of have antagonists that do kind of have their own sense of morality, their own sort of motivations and desires that do work, that are kind of interesting and compelling. But they also have their ideals challenged by another character in my story that cause them to rethink why they are the way they are, essentially. And that's what you can expect, essentially, from my story is if you see a character behave a certain way, if you see a character who does some sort of heinous thing or is just evil, and or maybe someone who is just staunchly, who is labeled as good but may have some like complex levels, like some controversial levels behind their character, they are capable of acknowledging that their flaws, and they are capable of changing because of that. I'm still like very happy, very blown away that my project was published. It's been almost a year since I graduated college, and you fucking dumbass cat! God, I fucking hate cats sometimes. I think just scratch shit up. I heard a commentator about something I'm passionate about. This fucking dipshit. He's been clawing out my furniture. Dude, why didn't you just go home and scold the fucking cat? I told you to do that. While my character is kind of like doing its own thing, I'm actually going to trying to share this with a friend. Chico State Scholar Works, because I did promise I was going to share this with him when it's published. My friend gives me such a hard time. Never saying like quote unquote walls of text. Salad, grab a plate. Wait, do I not have a scratching post? I do. Why don't you use that scratching post?
Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
I'm still like in shock. I'm still like recovering from my story being published. I don't think I will ever get over that today. Like it's just gonna be consistently on my mind. On salad, put away leftovers. I don't know why this is on. Need you to turn off. Then we're gonna have to go to sleep. Who's waking up? You are. Reunite. Change outfit every day. What can we have you work on? I guess what we can have you do. I guess we can have you work on a skill. It doesn't really matter what we have you do. You can just work on logic. Once you doing something. I'm actually going to go into build and buy mode. We're gonna sell this tub and replace it with a shower. Shower, and then we're gonna have you watch TV. I need to eat, and we're gonna make sure you learn the non-destructive trait. Just gonna keep on doing this till you learn it, because I don't want you tearing up my furniture again. Keep on doing it. Thought that was something else. I just realized this cat has a cropped tail. There we go. And now you can do whatever you want. Because we don't have to worry about you freaking climb shit up. Eat leftovers, I'm selling. You're checking out. Then we're gonna use the bathroom. I actually have to do a little bit of maintenance because it's causing some problems. That's the wrong one. It's a Discord. Downloaded the PDF before and sent the file to Discord. That may be why it was having issues for you. Alright. Is she gonna check writing thing? Because I can't remember what thing we're working on. We were working on fiction. Wait. Drama is apparently more profitable. I don't really care about money, to be honest. It's interesting that there's different levels of profits for it. Change outfit every day. Take shower. Watch TV. Eat leftovers while I'm salad.
Double Zord Vavadu. Hmm?
Okay, I'm trying to. Let's have you work on your writing. Let's have something to do before you go to school. Jimmy Sprocket and the Ghost Town Blanket. Sounds very similar to Jimmy Crockett. I was kind of hoping that, so far, like the people who have talked about my thing of this Discord group I'm in, they they just read the bio and they didn't really like read much after that. So especially uh Brock. Oh, Brock Knight is still alive. That's funny.
Kusafi. Nuvadiga. Hadaluda.
I'm very distracted right now since I found out my project was published. I I gotta be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make it even 2 hours. Keep on like checking my messages and stuff. Okay, let's see. So I'm basically gonna wait until I get to level 3 and both
Ooh.
John's career and Maria before I decide to go for a kid. Because I wanted to make sure this career is done before I have a kid and raise him to child. Writing is level 5. So I unlocked humor novels. I'm legitimately curious. Humor is level 2. It gives more things than fiction. Kind of funny because fiction is probably one of the most popular genres because of the different varieties of fiction there are. And there are several, maybe even like thousands of authors throughout history that wrote in fiction and were successful because of it. So it's funny how that's not as profitable as humor. I feel like it is kind of less profitable in real life. Drama, on the other hand, like some plays are very, very profitable.
Ooh.
Like Shakespeare plays is still read today in high school. And I still remember like reading Romeo and Juliet for the first time in freshman year of high school. And I did a class where freaking horrible teacher with a horrible teacher. I did a class where I read like 4 different plays from Shakespeare, and he's still like very relevant. People still like read his work today. People still celebrate his work today. But I honestly can't think of too many plays that are written today that have been successful. The only thing that comes to mind is Hamilton. Hamilton, I know for a fact, just freaking blew up in the box office. It was just such a good play. And you can actually watch the Hamilton on Disney Plus, I believe. If you're interested in rap music and if you're interested in sort of like historical biopics, I guess you could say, you may actually like Hamilton. It's essentially all cast by African Americans, which I think is actually pretty cool. It essentially kind of gives it's an interesting take. Like obviously, there's people from history like Alexander Hamilton were white, but this play actually does kind of something different where they kind of make every single character, except for I think King George. I think King George was played by a white person, but every single character in Hamilton were played by a black actor or an actress, and it's so good. It's just phenomenal. And while we're on the topic of this type of thing, something is kind of happening. Someone's on YouTube is something that's been like very prevalent in social media and YouTube and in YouTube and in social media and in uh uh and and other places as well. I think it was also like talked about from Twitch streamers. This YouTuber on YouTube made a very racist review or critique on reboots of old cartoons. And criticisms of reboots are not really that uncommon. Like there's a lot of reboots that were made in the past like 10 or 15 years or so that weren't as good as the original, and that's nothing new. But some of the things this guy was talking about, like in his criticism, he actually kind of labeled the new Fairly Odd Parents cartoon as being a reboot, and it's made a false claim that the main character of that story, a black child named Hazel, was a race swap Timmy Turner when she's a completely different and separate character, and Timmy Turner still exists in that series universe. But he made a very racist critique on that show, and it's very racist in the fact that some of the things he was talking about, some of the way he was just defending himself, and it wasn't even like a good critique. He was bringing up points that were not really that relevant. Uh, that were not really that relevant in relation to the argument that he was making. And it's I don't know why people like I see this been seeing this happen a lot, where people feel the need to voice their opinions on something they're offended by, and it makes them look so much worse. And I don't know why people feel the need to do that. They just kind of discredit their reputation by just kind of voicing something out that they're offended by, and in turn they offend others. The most common example I've seen of this is a YouTuber, a social media influencer called That Vegan Teacher, who constantly makes videos that offends people. And it's something that she's clearly passionate about. Like, she's clearly like passionate about being a vegan. But the videos that she makes has just been so questionable and offensive to some. And the worst part is, like, she's that person where she doesn't really give a shit. She doesn't care about being offensive. She essentially is just trying to, like, get clicks, get likes. She's got, like, a bad way to, like, go through things. If you're just saying fucked up shit just to get noticed, there's no really painting yourself in a great picture. And it's one of the things you kind of have to be aware of. Like, if you're on social media, if you're a Twitch streamer, if you're a YouTuber, if you are hosting a podcast, there are some things that you will say that may get used against you in a future thing. Some things that will be taken out of context, that people will hear and think the worst of you. And if, depending on how you handle that situation, it could either paint yourself in a very negative light, or it could paint yourself in a very negative light, or it could essentially make yourself look better, depending on how you handle it. Because it's very, I think it's very common for people to it's very common for YouTubers to like get caught in scandal. But when you are caught doing that, like, you are essentially either have the option to handle it right, handle it correctly, and just kind of salvage public opinion of yourself, or you do something that cements the negative reception, negative opinion of yourself, and depending on how you handle it, could essentially could either make or break your career. And the recent example is something that kind of happened that was handled correctly, was with the YouTuber Trevor Conroy, who was several months ago, he was involved in several conspiracies, I guess you could say, where there were rumors circulating around him that were painting him in a very negative light. And these rumors that were circling around that people were talking about on the internet severely affected him both mentally and emotionally. He was actually admitted into a psych ward because he was, at one point, believe it or not, he was suicidal because of what people were saying about him, because what people were thinking about him. And I think he handled it well. He managed to post a public statement on Twitter, like a 10 or 15 page Google Doc, where he explains everything that was being said about him and was showing his side of things, and he exonerated himself. He proved to others that those rumors of him were unfounded. And now he is back. He is back doing YouTube, and presumably, at least for the foreseeable future, he's not showing any signs of leaving anytime soon. And I'm really happy about it. Chuck Conroy is one of the people that kind of inspired this channel. He is quite possibly, in my opinion, one of the best Let's Players on YouTube. And what I like about him as a YouTuber is the fact that he, especially in his more recent series, not so much his older ones, he actually shows everything you can do about it. And again, like, if there's any sort of side quest, if there is any sort of optional boss, if there's any sort of side content, no matter how optional, he will do it. And if he is not able to actually complete the activity, he will at the very least discuss it. And another thing that I like about him is he also kind of shows behind the scenes information, like what this game, what certain levels or worlds in the game look like. What certain worlds or levels in the game look like when it was in development, and what certain characters could have been had they gone a different direction. And that's something I really do appreciate. He really didn't have to go that extra step in the games that he covers, but he does, and I absolutely love it. He is probably like the most influential and the most popular, well, probably not the most popular Let's Player, but he's definitely one of the better ones in relation to all the people that I've seen on YouTube. And he's, as I said before, he's like an inspiration behind how I handle my channel. One of the inspirations. But then you have like a case of the streamer, Twitch streamer Dr. Disrespect, who, when rumors were circulating around him that involved him allegedly having relations with essentially a child, I don't know if he was just talking to a child or if he was just doing risque things with them. I don't really know the specifics, but he made a comment on social media and he did nothing to deny it. He did nothing to say that the rumors were unfounded. He said did nothing to disprove it, and he kind of cemented public belief that the rumors were true, and that's honestly kind of disappointing. There are many YouTubers and streamers out there that I've heard recently who just did some controversial things, and those controversies with YouTubers and streamers will continue. People will continue to make controversial and say controversial and do controversial things. But depending on how you handle those controversies, will either just save your channel or it could destroy it. And it's just, some people just are set in their ways. Some people just are unwilling to back down. Like, whenever they make a mistake, some people just dig in their heels and are kind of like proud of that mistake, no matter how egregious it is. And those type of people do kind of struggle with maintaining their audience in the future. But it's just, I know for a fact that at some point in the future, I myself will become surrounded with controversy. There may be something I will say, something I will do that will offend some people. It probably happened already. I definitely do feel that there are some times when I'm talking about something and people are watching, and I watch the number go from like 2 or 3 to 1 because I say something that people disagree with, because I say something that is controversial. And though it has been minor as far as I can tell, like, it wouldn't surprise me at some point in the future I say or do something that is over the top that it will offend people. And when that happens, I need to be ready to essentially acknowledge that I made a mistake and try and better myself for it. I think that that could just depending on how people handle that situation, it could be a huge moment of growth for someone's character, or it could be an anchor for their character. Just really depends. And one of the controversies uh, I can see myself falling under in relation to my novel project once it's out there and published is a notion of uh, people who are religious, people who believe or devout Christians or Catholic, they may see my story and not like how I portray the characters that they worship, that they revere. And I do know that one of the main controversies I will probably encounter will involve religion in some way, and I have somewhat of an answer for that, but I don't have much of an answer. It's probably not going to be a good answer for people who would criticize me for it. But it is something that I just do by Monday. It is something that I am I am aware of, and it is something that I may encounter in the future. My mom is religious. She is what I call an uber Christian. There are some things that I had her read from my story that she did not particularly like, and that's perfectly okay. People may like my story, people may hate my story, but I am passionate about it all the same. I think it could be a very inspirational story. It could be a very powerful story. It could be a very emotional story. Just depends on how people interpret it.
Imble drop na.
Someone just messaged me, so I'm replying to them. Actually, I'm still happy about my project being published. It's insane to me. It's honestly like a huge milestone for me, and the fact that my actual full book is so close to being done, and I will be looking into publishing very soon. It will also be kind of a euphoric feeling for me. It's. I do think I have encountered a lot of writers in my time in college who kind of fall under the trap of starting a story but never finishing it. And one of the things I remember, one of the questions I remember hearing asked my teacher about how you like stay motivated to write, because apparently a lot of people, including myself at one point, was having problems sitting down and actually writing a story and finishing the story. And he says it's important to try and write a little bit every day, like even if you don't want to write, it's important to like be able to like focus on writing a little bit every day just to get some work done. And I think that advice actually did help, because honestly, as soon as I finished my time in grad school, I was able to finish the entire book within like a couple months. So, and honestly, I know so many people who say they want to be a writer, but they never really finish a book and they never really publish it. A lot of people actually kind of consider, and there is some truth to this, about writing, being a writer, being an author is being the hardest thing to be successful at. And that's really because you can't really predict what the audience will and won't like. But it's something that I will need to kind of figure out. Like, I will need to discover how it's going to work for me when I get my book published. But I'm hoping it will work. Hoping that it will be successful. But it is still my first book, and I don't really have an audience for it yet. What were you? It didn't tell me what you got. What was in the mail? Oh, it was Loneliest Yeti. Okay. Weird I didn't get a pop-up for that. It's how we eat. Eat leftovers, autumn salad. Then we're gonna have you go to sleep. I want you to cook something. Serve lunch, grilled cheese. You are getting promoted today. You already maxed out the bar. How are you doing, kitty? You're doing fine, you're just sleeping. Cooking level 6, can make hamburgers now. Grilled cheese, put away leftovers. I mean, can I be just work on your skills again? That's really what I want you to do at this point. Let's see, I need you to eat. How long until you age up? 2 days. Logic is level 4. Gonna be working for another 30 minutes or 30 seconds, really. John is like work, earned $126. A good promotion now. Congratulations, John's performance has earned him a promotion to roadie as well as a bonus of $252. Ben is going to need their sandwiches and soda as soon as possible. Don't forget to pick up their laundry, their lucky bandanas, or their significant others on your way to the show. Ben is relying on you for these very important tasks. It's best not to let them down. That makes $25 per hour, works from 3 p.m. to 9 p.m. Turbo customize.
Go.
Go for, what does this look like? Fine. Blue jeans. Red shoes. As a reminder for this generation, we're going to be getting 2 challenges done. I don't think that we're going to be getting anything else today. I may be misremembering, but we are going to be going for the Lifetime Wish Rockstar thing, and we're also going to be getting journalism. That's pretty much all we're going to work on this generation before we move on. After this generation is over, once we get level 10 in those careers, and we kind of move on to the next generation, we're actually going to be getting some more miscellaneous challenges out of the way. I don't know which ones we're going to be going for yet. I will figure it out soon. But we're going to be focusing on getting some of the achievements, which are also tied to challenges. But if we, I'm used to playing 360 games on Xbox Series X. Trying to press start and the back button at the same time to open the X menu. I forgot playing on 360. Achievements that we have left in this game is, I think we only have, is that 5, 6, 7 achievements left. We're probably gonna try and get Have You Seen This Pet? It's genetic. And we're also gonna get like another challenge and paired with its genetic, which is to gift a kitten to a friend, a gift a baby pet to a friend. So we're gonna get those two achievements. We are gonna be getting the Cry Havoc Family Feud achievement, as well as another achievement for casting Meteor Shower when the sim is proposing. And we may get made out. So we're probably gonna get those 4 achievements. 5 challenges total, technically, maybe 6. And probably gonna be going for those after this generation is over. We have a lot of work to do though. We're nowhere close to the end of this generation. For those curious people have actually asked me before, just as a quick reminder, what I mean by 100% of my title is not just in relation to achievements, but also there are challenges in this game that that do kind of have their own things I have done. But doesn't really tell me how many I've done. I've done I think I've done like 352, 342 of 242 or 252 of 300 challenges. So I'm nearing the end of this, but I still have a lot of work to do. I've been working on this series for about a year and a half at this point. I think I've done like this is my 74th live stream, so it's been working on this for a while. So we are nearing the end. I just remember I keep on telling myself I need to save like every 30 minutes, and I forgot to save all day. I had my game crash a few times, and I lost a lot of progress a few times before. So 31 of 300 is what I'm at. I think that I am just about ready to change the lifespan for Sims from immortal to normal at the very least, because we're kind of getting close to maxing out that bar, and I want Joy to uh, age up to adult by the time that bar is full. After that bar is full. And the reason why I want to do that is when you do well in school, you actually get to choose your perks. Six p.m. and 10 p.m. It is so weird to me how scrawny she is. Like, there's this It almost looks unnatural. Just waiting for that funnel to go up a little bit more. Leftovers, arm salad. Let's see here. So I want to take a look at your career. You're going to be working today. You're going to be working tomorrow as well. Uh, I think that's going to be another 2 days before you get promoted. So possibly by Tuesday when you get back from work, you'll get promoted. Then you just need one more level and you'll max out that part-time job. When that happens, it'll probably be level 3 for Jean, and we can just have her. We can just have a. And I want to try and have twins. For her, and I want to make sure you do have fertility treatment. Reunite, change outfit every day. Eat leftovers, grilled cheese. You're eating, you're sleeping.
Hmm.
I want I select the ball. I want this one to have level 10 hunting. Writing, continue writing. The thing that sucks about this cat is it has clueless as a trait. That makes it so it's harder for it to learn skills. Because it'll just stop what it's doing. I hope this means that when I have him hunt, he won't just stop hunting entirely and give up. But I suspect that's what it means.
Fauna Noob Dog.
I'm hoping that if I can get the hunter trait on him, on her I should say, he will be more consistent and actually being able to like stay on this thing. But he's not even doing it for that long. He keeps on stopping.
Ooh. Fauna Noob Dog.
Call Bjorn, practice hunting. Really, I'm starting to hate the clueless thing. Oh yeah, it's training fatigue. Wasn't able to learn the trait. Let's just go ahead and have you. We can do whatever, I guess. Shower. And then we're gonna have you watch TV. Gonna be finishing another book here. See, 84 pages of heart pounding, adrenaline, Jimmy's Sprocket, and the Ghost Town Blanket have just exited Joy's hard drive and are on their way to a publisher. Joy's hoping the book is better than Ye, blah blah blah, the current darling of the literary world. Those can be a miss just as soon as they are hits. Fortunately, Sprocket and the Ghost Town Blanket has already established a hit. Received 6 royalty payments to 66.
Oh, Chamana Nixie.
What was I get? Oh, right, I have work today. You work in 9 hours. What time exactly? 3 p.m. This weekend just get to work on making sure it needs our max, so we're just gonna have you take a shower and then we're gonna have you work on logic and just have you working on something.
Zaboodle do. Shibby dorp. Vep. Oh,
Korabeth. Flip Flop, Gossabo. Neeb Neeb. Sharkuni. Ooh. Uh-huh.
Have fun at school. See, eat leftovers, grilled cheese. You are practicing chess. You need to pee and scratch. Stand up.
Jikmar.
Let's see here. I guess we can have you use the bathroom as well. What were you scolding him for? Guess nothing. Let's have you go out here and I need you to work on a guitar skill. Inventory. So, depending on how well Joy does in class, you may be aging her up pretty soon. Let's really keep an eye on her stats. Actually, the bar is actually getting pretty close to being filled. But I don't think it's actually going to fill up entirely. It may be running out of time. Logic to level 5. Maybe I'll max out. Probably not though, looking at the time. So here. So we didn't quite get it maxed out, but we may be close. Still B. $14 days. $4 days. Let's have you work on your homework. See, you're aging up 4 days, you're aging up in 6 days, 6 days. So possibly by Friday, we'll be able to, Friday morning, I'll be able to age up. How are you doing? More concerned about you. I haven't started work yet. Should have had you eat something before you went to work. Like they're only gonna be out for 3 hours. Maria's effort, hard work, and effort really paid off to the tune of a permanent extra $40 per hour. Just gonna get rid of the shuffleboard thing.
Mamu,
I need you to eat something, eat leftovers, grilled cheese, we're gonna have you go to sleep. Oh, you need to eat. You need to eat. You need to eat. You need to use the bathroom, and you need to sleep. So it looks like I'm gonna be promoted tomorrow. Let's check out you. I want you. This is the first of, I think it's 8 performances. Let me check. Disregard for the skill milestone. One thing that I was not able to do last stream, last time I was working on the guitar thing, you need to attend parties and venues in the town. Performance at the business office was more fun than the time the printers exploded, which is saying quite a bit. Business has plenty of money lying around now that their project is finished, which means there's some time to compensate you for your performance. Guitar skill level 9 should be a thing for uh should visit the store for more songs. Eat leftovers, grilled cheese. Also have to use a bathroom. Okay. So let's see. Uh, 。 I'm probably gonna end things off at 4. It's currently like 5 minutes to 3 at this point. So give me a full 4-hour live stream. It's gonna be ending off a little bit early. I actually have been thinking about making community posts on YouTube, announcing that I've actually published. And I need to go into my settings and add my add something to my schedule. My settings on Twitch and add something to my schedule. This is kind of huge for me. It's just I'm so like reeling over the fact that I'm officially a published author now. I don't know how much people read the stuff on Scholarworks. I don't know how popular that site is, but it could be. It's great that my story is published. At least a part of my story is.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
So what I'm probably going to do is we're probably going to convert
Mm.
this room once we have a second kid. Once we have those 2 kids, we're going to convert this room into a second bedroom. Well, I guess it's our 4th bedroom, and we're basically gonna expand this room a little bit. I think we're gonna. What can we do? I think what I may do is get rid of this bathroom here and just take out this back wall, and we'll use this to put the bed. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Your social needs are actually pretty low, so just want to get the needs up.
Weevu. Yurga.
Have a night. Give love. Also praise for.
Oh, Quip. Nella.
Have a night. Give love. Pet.
Monzul is net.
And now let's go and scratch. Go ahead and eat. And then I want you to practice hunting. You, I want to have you work on chess. You are still sleeping. I need you to get up. And we use a bathroom here and take a bath. Then we are gonna have you eat. Then we're gonna have you read.
Soapy time. If they been so toy. Ooh, quants. Ooh, quants.
Jackmar.
Oh, Bjorn, practice hunting.
Oh.
You almost got a level on that.
Or
Come on, get that level. Get that level. Ah. Plus, but no cigar. Get that level.
oh. Oh.
Feral instincts, cats carefully stalk their prey for pouncing to catch.
Ooh, quants. Ooh, quants.
See, you go to work at 3, I think.
Quants.
Yeah, 3. That's what I can be doing in the meantime is continue to work on your guitar skills. You are reading, that's fine. I select that plate. Inventory. Guitar. Play. Want to verify that we have the homework done. You do. We can use some karma powers. What do we have? One for use. Was I saving that for anything? That was. For what? I'm trying to think. Maybe I'm saving it for emergencies. I'm not really in an emergency right now. And I'm more than enough karma to use like any sort of karma power that I may need in the future. Okay, let's go and use another one. And we're gonna save after this. Because we haven't saved in a while. I guess we can. Nothing really much I want you to do. You're still playing. You're sleeping, that's fine, I don't really care. I guess what we can do is just have you eat something again. Then we're gonna have you sleep.
Ready, hey, Misa.
Is it actually your birthday? It is. And find a school. Wait, did I just see someone put something in the mailbox? I did. What is that? Another bill. We're gonna pay that and then we'll get the mail. And then we'll just have you go pee. I need you to take recycle these. You're gonna be in school for until 2. I keep on forgetting. I need to save. It's gonna save. We actually can age up Joy early, but we're not going to. Oh, we are going to, but I mean by early. Like the most you can usually do to age someone up is uh, is 2 days. 2 days a minimum. As soon as you get the notification saying that someone's birthday is coming up, that's when you can age them up early for free. But if you want to do it really early, like 5 days or 6 days, you can only do that once for a sim. So you really need to do it wisely if you're gonna do it. So
Break.
got a message.
Gartsy.
Inventory. Play. Let's see here. Uh, I guess what you can have me do is just go to sleep a little bit more, just to make sure everything is refreshed. This is why I have karma powers.
Ah!
Come on, use it! Use it!
Oh, whip na chama da! If ni pipso toy! Whip na
It'll work. Stop. Go to work. Go here. How are you doing? You need to eat. See, I need you to do your homework.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
The artist I'm talking to right now is Summer Zola. Has been very supportive of my channel. She, actually gonna be planning on working on once my current project, my other artist, is finished. And I just told her that my project was completed and she was offering to design artwork for book 2. Uh, my idea for a cover art, I do have an idea for what I want for the cover art for book 2, but I'm probably going to go to the other person who designed my first cover art. He did a phenomenal job with the cover art for book 1, so I think she can do the same. one of the reasons why I kind of hate when people talk to me on streams is because I just get so distracted. It's also the reason why I'm gonna be ending the stream possibly like when I age up Joy. Uh, it's kind of different in this situation for once because I'm the one initiating conversations with them and they're just replying to me. I don't know if you guys can hear like the alerts from Discord. Probably can. It's relating in this particular thing is actually relating to my channel. The artist I'm planning on working with for designing the emotes for my channel for when I become affiliate. I currently don't have access to emotes yet, but I will in the future. I will when I become affiliate. I mean, I have ideas for 4 emotes at the moment, and I basically want my emotes to look like characters from my book, to be reflective of characters from my book. My ideas for the emotes is one of them is going to be designed after my character. Now that you're a roadie, it means long hours spent setting up speakers, lights, and really cool fountains. Reading life on the hard, rocky road will help to prevent unfortunate burns from the pyrotechnic equipment, raise your job performance, and increase your relationship with your boss. I was gonna say that my ideas for my 4 emotes is actually to be one of my ideas for
Noob.
nice. My idea for the emotes is essentially to have one emote be reflected off the main character of my first trilogy, Alec Lowe, who is always dressed in some combination of a purple and black suit. He wears he has black hair parted to the side, and he's essentially designed to be the inspiration for his design was essentially like was initially designed for a sheriff in the Wild West, but I decided to change his backstory to be a more modern setting. But he has a catchphrase in he has a catchphrase that he uses. I'm just gonna finish my thoughts. Where whenever someone laughs at him or mocks him, he always just says "laugh it up" as a catchphrase, and I want like all my main characters to have a catchphrase that they frequently say. Because another part of the inspiration of my story is superhero comics where characters just have like their own like one-liners, their own like catchphrases, and I want like each one of my characters to have their own catchphrase. But that is that's one of my ideas for the emotes. Congratulations, Maria's impressive performance has earned her a promotion into intake specialist as well as a bonus of $444. Put down the coffee pot and pick up that phone. You're the face and voice of the company, so do your best to make the customers feel welcome. The $69 per hour works on 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. The other ideas that I have for my the other ideas I have for my emotes involves my two of my other characters. Charlotte Matthews will be the main character of my second trilogy. She's essentially a boxer, but she her main thing, her main story is her trying to gain acceptance from her peers and her family. It's just, she just kind of has like a really tragic backstory, and because of her personality, like her family and her coworkers despise her. So that's essentially what who Charlotte Matthews' character is, and she has a catchphrase where she says, "I'm really itching for a fight," and I basically just want like each of the catchphrases to be hovering around the character's face. The other thing, the character is an icon, and the other thing another thing I want to do was to have emo focusing on my third, the character that'll be the star of the third trilogy, Jean Michel Devereaux, who is essentially a former Templar from the Crusades, and I can't remember. I always forget what his catchphrase is, but I need to figure that out and remember that. But that's my. I want him to have like an emote, and they're all gonna like do something specific. Like Alec is gonna be laughing or smiling. Alec is gonna be laughing and smiling. Uh, Charlotte is gonna be like cracking her knuckles, and Jean is going to be like sort of like doing a little face palm. I think his catchphrase, the idea that I had for his catchphrase, is him saying "God help us." Like, and I don't know if I don't know if that's the thing that I'm gonna like. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it as that. I may change it in the future. But those are my three main ideas for the character emotes. But I also had a fourth idea for emote, where I wanted to essentially have the. I wanted to essentially have uh, like the sort of like the central motto of the Hyde Agency, which is strive to be extraordinary, which is essentially like the key phrase that is linking, which is a key phrase that is linking the which is a key phrase that is linking the which is a key phrase that is kind of centered around like the theme of self-improvement. That is going to be like the main focus of my series. But the phrase is strive to be extraordinary. It's going to be like a text-based emote, which is meant to symbolize you improving yourself in some way. And that's essentially what the four emotes that I had in mind for my channel is right now. I have ideas for more. Really, I have like an idea for one more, but I'm not going to worry about that just yet. It's like we're almost to music level 3 now. And it's time we go to sleep.
But you.
Just waiting until it's midnight. Not real, just waiting until she wakes up, I should say. Hunting, stock something. Okay, let's go ahead and go into build and buy mode. Now we're going to be aging up Joy. Okay, let's see what your adult form looks like. As finally an adult, with the own privileges and responsibilities of adulthood, her future is wide open. What will she accomplish? God, she still looks like Evelyn Dever from Incredibles 2. Let's see. I think I have every trait for journalism. Bookworm have it, artistic have it, friendly have it, charismatic have it. Okay, so this one can be a throwaway. I guess ambitious could be a good one. Uh, I guess good. See, put away leftovers.
Ooh, Samala Bepso.
Hardu. Gansawi.
So now that we have Joy aged up to adult, we can have her get started on the journalism career.
Grutzel. Mm-mm.
Hunting, stock something. Hunting level 2.
Azasnax Bimba.
Gonna change your hairstyle for that god awful hair and her freaking eyes. Jeez. It's the eyes and the hair that just makes her look like Evelyn Dever. Freaking hate her eyes. God, those freaking I absolutely hate Evelyn Dever from Incredibles 2. She's quite possibly a horrible antagonist. Horribly written antagonist.
Chapadu.
Why are you wearing that? What can we have you wear? Honestly, actually not bad. Not a bad combination. I like that.
Anavid.
That I don't like. I'm also gonna change the sleepwear a little bit. Go with the nightgown.
Anavid.
Honestly, that's fine. I don't really care. You can wear that.
Gazork. Fatibusa.
Gonna go and put in another save again. Let me use a bathroom and then we'll have you take a shower, and when your needs are met, then I'm gonna have you join the journalism career. Inventory. Read. Hunting. Stock something. I need you to go to here and join journalism career. Journalism. As journalists, citizens will rely on you for up-to-the-minute news, hot stories, and tips for good living. Enjoy being successfully charismatic to get the facts right well enough to get them down on paper. So you got a new job. It needs to be at the business complex at 8 a.m. on Monday. Joins bosses Brock Knight. Triple customize. I think I played with this career once because that outfit looks really familiar. I like purple. I'm also changing the hat. Okay, let's take a look at the career. Okay, so far we don't have anything related to boss. Let me go here and let me watch TV. I think I am just about ready to wrap things up right now. Next time we'll possibly be getting to level, we'll definitely be getting level 3 in our careers, and we'll definitely be having kids. As for what I want to name them, what careers are going to be going after, our next generation is going to focus on the sports career and the other side of the evil career. The evil career is going to be named after an antagonist of mine. Haven't decided what antagonist I'm going to use. It may be a already an established character in my series, or it may be a new one. And our athletic thing. He actually, huh. So one character comes to mind that is actually really athletic in my series because she is a boxer. And that is Charlotte Matthews. I was talking about her earlier on the stream. She's gonna be the protagonist of my second trilogy, but she is seen throughout the first, or she will be seen throughout the first. Yeah, I kind of like that. I like that idea a lot. Uh, yeah, so we're probably gonna go with Charlotte here. I'm thinking of. There is an antagonist that I am thinking about using for the final trilogy. And I think I am going to be using her. She's mentioned in a certain occult religion created by Aleister Crowley. Her name is Babylon. She is in the movie, in the, what's that religion called? In the religion, Thelema, I think it was called, created by Aleister Crowley. She is said to be the wife of Chaos, who is said to be like the god of reality. He has control over the domain of reality. And she is said often depicted as riding the beast from the apocalypse. And I think that's what I'm gonna have her character be. Don't even have like an idea of what she would look like. But she will be one of the final antagonists of my series, and I think she could be a good person to go for the Emperor of Evil thing. An alternative thing that I could use is using the name Levi if I have a boy. Because Levi is a pretty evil character in book 2, but I am planning on redeeming him in some way later on. This is not really evil, he's just kind of, I don't know. I wouldn't really like label Levi back in book 2 as outright evil. He does have his own morals, I guess you could say. He just has no qualms about like doing anything bad. Because he believes that what he is doing is always in the right. I think that's gonna do it for today. If you are remotely interested in what to see today, all the games I cover on my channel will be for 100% completion. I'm going to be streaming Sim 3 Pass yet again next Friday, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. I'm going to be streaming Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories on Saturdays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. And I'm going to be streaming Assassin's Creed Syndicate for 100% completion on Sundays, 1 p.m. to 5 Pacific Standard Time. If you are sitting in to play for 100% completion, know that not only go for 100% in-game statistic, but 100% in achievements as well. The reason why I'm ending things off an hour early is because I do kind of have some things I need to take care of. Preferably before 5, and this will probably take me the entirety of the hour. So I'm gonna be ending off early to take care of those things. But some of it is related to my projects being published, and the other is related to my channel. Let's go and save, and let's end the stream here.